potatoes, scam, anti-vaxxers.
No, but we're
And now
about to
you have
start
to
the
come up
show.
with an
We're
idea.
about to start the show, but I do believe our first thunk of the day is a Thunk Tank card game where you come up with scams for,
Yeah, you assemble three ideas to come up with a scam, and then you pitch each other on the best
Yeah.
scam.
Yeah.
Somebody is the arbiter of the scams who
Right.
reads out the black card at the start of the round because we're just ripping off Cards Against Humanity.
I
Or
think we
apples
make
to
it like a
apples, one or
slate
the other.
gray card.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. Or whatever color Apples to Apples is, because it's probably a better game to rip off.
All right. I'm doing the intro. Here we go.
All right.
Think, stunk, think, thunk, tank.
I messed up.
Time for thunk
It's
tank.
we got puppies still in the intro. I don't know how that happened.
That's fine.
Is it fine?
Fine.
Okay.
The puppies are our brand now, I think.
Yeah, I love that. That's fantastic. We'll fix it in post.
We won't
next time.
The only way we can fix it by adding more puppies.
Welcome to Thunk Tank. My name is Calvin, and I've been programming all day.
My name is Andreas, and if I was a program, I'd be crashing.
My name is Eric, and I don't know how to program, but I think it's pretty easy, and I could do it.
It is.
I mean, they teach it to kids in school, so it can't be that
Yeah, how
hard.
hard can it be?
Fucking everyone programs nowadays. People in Minecraft program.
Right, yeah, programming's easy.
Yeah. So I had I learned about something today.
Ooh, goody.
You know the app Headspace?
No.
It's a meditation assistance app. So what Headspace does is, well, it talks to you through a guided meditation or a set of guided meditations, right? So it's basically tiny shitty podcasts telling you to breathe and like think about things, right? But no, I'm getting there. But
you know the joke where they make the dumb person take off their headset and they die because they were saying breathe in, breathe out. It's like that, but for idiots.
Yep. I'm not saying any more. It's exactly that. Anyhow, it's $20 a month. We'll get back to that in a minute. But here's the part I really like. They have fixed this apparently because I did a small amount of research. I didn't want to drag them through the mud if they had, already been dragged through the mud until they stopped. But the only way to unsubscribe was to email them and tell them that you wanted to unsubscribe.
That should be illegal, but it's
You
probably
would think,
not.
But it's probably not. And here's what I'm gonna say: is nothing is so great as like people who need to meditate are one of three things. Like they have anxiety. Well, generally they have anxiety and they need to meditate because life is hard and stressful. They're very busy and stressed and don't have time for this shit. Or three, they're very stressed and they're very angry. And I'm only adding that one because I fit into that category and would relish the opportunity to send a strongly worded email. But this is like...
I disagree, first off. I disagree.
Yeah, I know. I'm generalizing.
You meditate for just, straight up mental health. You can be perfectly sane and, stable and good. And just
never said people who were stressed out or anxious weren't sane. But also, yes, you're right. But my point is, this seems like the groups of people I've identified and excluded all the other ones are exactly the type of people who A, won't bother because it's hard, or two, won't do well when someone tries to aggressively keep them in some sort of customer retention. So that's why I think we should do something where we make the only way to unsubscribe through confrontation. And I think it's like a confrontation counseling software or something like that, or lessons on being more like assertive.
Right. The only way to stop our assertiveness training is if you're assertive enough to opt out of continuing to get billed for our assertiveness.
Right. Exactly.
Right. So every time somebody tries to like unsubscribe, you're like, no. Are you sure? Because, there's this and this and this and this. And, you should be really...
You don't really seem very assertive. Are you sure that's what you want? I think you need this training.
Yeah.
You clearly didn't get the point. you weak little baby man. um,
And that's how we can prove to people that it works, because when it worked, you can stop paying for it.
Right.
exactly.
But of course, it doesn't. We don't have any
No, fuck
incentive
no.
to
We
help
don't have,
them.
and we also
Like-
have no expertise or training or really give a shit.
Yeah, so once in a while it'll work by like pure randomness or placebo effect or something, and we can like tout those successes as, look at these assertive
100%.
people who've taken our assertiveness training.
100% success rate. Very high, at least.
Right, because
Oh,
they
yeah.
can't opt out and stop getting the training until they've either succeeded or they're still training, so it's not a failure.
Mm-hmm.
Long as they're paying us, it's not a failure.
Not yet, at least. Yeah, it's good. That's good stuff.
Yeah, no one who's ever left our service hasn't left being assertive.
It's the final test for leaving.
It's the final test for stopping, not paying us $15 a month to watch pre-recorded videos. God, fantastic. We can assign homework too,
Ooh.
like
Today,
send
go out
something
and
back
say
at a
what you
restaurant.
feel to somebody.
Yeah.
Express yourself.
When if
Be
the
a
waiter
dick
comes
to a
over.
minimum wage employee.
Yes, yeah. On that note, we should also start a pickup artist counseling service.
Or stopping them from being pickup artists, or to convince them that pickup artists are great and they should give us money because we are them.
So here's what I'm going to say: is I feel like there's a market need for something in between pickup artists. Because the pickup artists, what they do is it's basically pure quantity, and eventually, it happens to work. Right?
Okay.
If you've ever listened to anything those jabronis have ever said, it's all garbage except for the part where they're like, you're going to have to try a lot because it fails all the time, which is hilarious. But what if we called it something like, I'm going to call it romance masterwork, something. I don't really care.
Romance training. Got it.
Yeah, right? And
Yeah.
basically all it is like, hey, have you tried being respectful and polite and nice and just not being crazy about things for like 5 minutes?
Have you tried not being a psychopath?
But as long as what
No.
we tell them, like we can preach that and then just tell them that you need to keep practicing these tenets and that you need to keep trying. And you obviously aren't ready to leave here because you're obviously not succeeding. You have to keep trying because failure happens a lot. It would be the same if we had like a flying class. Flap your arms really hard, you'll get there. No, you can't leave the class until you succeed.
This might not be a bad premise for some sort of, I don't want to say hippie commune, but some sort of
flying-
hippie commune.
The
No.
flying
The romance training.
No, the flying one would work too. I've seen there's breatharians.
More work.
Flying would definitely be there. You seen those guys?
Flying is more work though. You have to train at jumping really good until you can convince people you're floating or some shit.
I can make magnetic levitation things for like a good amount of dollars, like a lot of money. But we could do it.
Like $10,000 and we can levitate like a few feet above the ground.
Oh yeah.
But it's easier to convince people we are romance gurus and they should come work on our farm to learn our manly ways or whatever.
No, I think we should also preach to women at the same time.
Okay, look, I can't come.
Actually,
can't
you know
make
what,
people
Mel?
come to my house and fix my car for free, and if I'm not convincing them this is some manly shit.
That's true. Car repair,
manly. Growing your own food, manly. Punching bears, manly.
God, we have such a bear problem. Ever since they ate that first guy, jeez. Anyhow, that's my idea: is subscription services that you have to opt out of a really difficult way. What about? I bet you could make them mail you something.
Oh, right. To opt out, actually send a physical letter.
Yeah.
Dude, I'd never be able to opt out. I would never opt in, but I would definitely never opt out.
No, I'd never opt into
You
fucking
wouldn't
anything.
know before you opted in.
Well, I would just
Yeah,
I just
right.
don't
They don't
start
they don't
things
advertise that.
in general,
Yeah.
you know?
Subscription services are a scam,
Yeah, subscribing to things is for chumps.
except for streaming services.
Even streaming services, unless you're like maxing out that user count, you're getting scammed.
Oh yeah, but like I mean, I have access to a lot, and it's all giant groups of people. Did you know that you
Yeah.
can get Spotify Family for like 5 or 6 people for like $5 more, and then if you all just chip in like $2, it pays for it completely, and instead of $10 a month, it's $2 a month.
I think we've covered that on this very show before.
Son of a bitch! All right, well, I found my exploit, and I like it. Eric, do you have an idea for this
Oh,
podcast?
I have a whole list of ideas.
Preferably something that doesn't make Calvin look like a deer in the headlights, because apparently pickup artists are not his.
Oh no,
his...
I've done lots of research into pickup artist research. By research, I mean I've watched funny YouTube videos where people make fun of them.
God, well, they
yeah,
are funny.
they are fucking hilarious.
I
very
really
funny.
like the European accented ones.
The ones with a fake European accent.
Oh, I don't know if it's fake. It's definitely bullshit. But like, they might be from a country in Europe. That's possible. I don't know. I can't tell. All I remember is this one guy talking about Uno cards or something, and that stuck with me for years. God, they're fucking amazing
It's
in a bad way, but
as somebody who's been like out of the dating game for a very, very long time at this point. I you know, I find any concept of that like just absolutely hilarious, but then extra hilarious to see somebody like trying so hard and doing it so poorly. Oh man. That's
all right,
That's
Eric,
why
say
we
your
could
idea.
easily teach like manliness retreats and get people to come and fix my car and mow my lawn.
You know, that's actually a pretty good idea. It's a pretty legitimate idea. So here's what I'm gonna say. Right? We give them all an axe,
Hmm.
and they have to make their own bed.
We get them to
that they
make
sleep
their
in for the
own
next-
acts.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Step
They
one.
make their own axe, then they cut down some small trees and they make a bed out of it.
Yeah.
They do not get a mattress. They
No.
will have to. They'll have to become tough and strong on their own.
They don't need a man. They're
No, men
Man.
don't need a mattress.
they're men. Mattress men. Mattress men. They don't need. They
Mattress man.
they
Mattresses
are-
make you
are.
soft.
They are.
Mattresses.
The,
They are soft, and soft things make you soft. Put on the burlap shirt. You go to bed at midnight, we get you up at 5 a.m. for running and man exercises. Men don't run. Men don't run.
but
I
they
forgot.
don't. Why don't they run?
No, men don't run.
Wait. What?
They walk menacingly.
Hmm.
You go for a 10-mile menacing walk. Just a bunch of guys.
If men don't run, why does Tom Cruise run in every movie he's in?
You do that math. Yeah. Scientologist.
He's transcended gender. He's an alien now.
All right. What was your idea, Eric? Sorry.
Oh, I
feel-
hadn't even started introducing it when I got distracted by something else. But like I have written down here, Star Trek pirates.
Okay.
So like a lot of Star Trek is sort of feels very naval, especially like the original series. It feels like they're on a boat,
Oh, absolutely.
right? But they're definitely like the British Navy type things going on.
Okay.
And like if you go to like a lot of other Star Trek stuff, they all feel very, orderly and correct. They're always the good guys,
Mm-hmm.
but they're never the bad guys. I want to see like a crew of rogues and villains like junking their way across the universe ducking behind asteroids to avoid the Federation.
So there's been
And
episodes.
it's not just a stealth Firefly reboot.
So there's
It's like,
there's
it
been
could
episodes.
be, right?
There's been episodes of Star Trek that do that.
there have been episodes,
and they
but
tried
I
to
want a
do
whole
it.
series.
They tried to do it a little bit with Voyager because
Voyager was more lost in space than pirates, but yeah.
the Maquis were kind of like
Yeah, okay.
morally ambiguous and
Yeah, I want people to I want the crew to distinctly be criminals and vagabonds and cutthroats. I want, bad guy Star Trek.
Yeah.
Jesus, I got it wrong.
yeah.
Nerds, don't kill me. I'm wrong.
So
that'd be cool. Like for a whole show, like not in the Star Trek universe, just
Better in the Star Trek universe though.
yeah.
It's got all the pre-existing lore, going to Ferengi ports and dealing with them. And
But here's the thing: if you are in the Star Trek universe, then you already have scarcity is gone. You can
that's just the Federation.
you just be in the Federation. They'll let you in.
No,
They will.
but then you have to conform to their laws and
There's
stuff.
like almost no law. Like it's just like hey,
Hold on.
don't stab people. That's one thing. Okay.
I think
Have
I
as much
have
food
a
and water.
fundamental constitutional right to stab people. Thank you very much.
Have
Hold
as
on,
much
I
food
wanna
and
back
water
up
as you
here.
want. It's post
No.
scarcity.
No,
What?
it's not really post scarcity because
Yes, it
there's so
is.
many times that they've got like stuff in their cargo hold that's important and
Yeah,
shit
they're
like that.
transporting shit all the time.
No,
They're
that's
transporting
bad
shit all
Star
the
they
time.
Trek.
have
That's-
cargo ships.
That's bad Star Trek. That's bad Star
what the
Trek.
fuck?
All
They
of them
cargo
have
ship.
cargo ships.
Why do they have a hold?
There's no reason to have cargo. You have replicators. You can make whatever.
I agree with you. I'm asking why they
Canonically,
have it.
Replicated food doesn't taste as good.
That's a lie. It's atom by atom put down. That can't not be perfectly good.
And Picard has a collection of antiquities that are like genuine things, not replicated things.
Yeah, hold on. This
Yeah, but there
seems
would be
like-
no distinction between the replicated ones and the non-replicated ones.
So why does he care?
Because he's an idiot. I don't know.
Okay. But
So-
like, what if a wealthy collector of antiquities wanted some antiquities that were genuine?
Oh,
He could go and buy them.
no, you can't. Money's gone.
Well, you say that, but they have pressed latinum and like dilithium crystals
Look,
and other things they can't replicate.
That doesn't make any sense. That there
Nothing
there
makes
are
sense.
major contradictions in if you start looking at like the post TNG Star Trek, they ruined a bunch of stuff in DS9 because it's not interesting storytelling to be in a post scarcity society. So like they made up like, oh, there's money and now there's this and now we have credits and
They had money in the next generation.
nope. They specifically said that we don't have that anymore. We don't need things. I think it was like
Well-
Utopia. Yep.
So
Well, they can set my pirates show in a timeline where they need stuff.
Yeah, I
Like,
think
they need stuff. They need dilithium crystals. That's what we're pirating anyway.
so. I think it would be cool.
We're
dilithium
attacking
pirates.
dilithium.
Okay.
Dilithium shipment.
It's a TNG era show with pirates who are confused about what the Federation is. And through the entire season, they're going through and like pirating things and stealing stuff, and the Federation is just like, okay, yeah, here you can have that, whatever. Like it's all like it's a comedy.
Every 2 weeks, these guys kick in the doors and they swing around on ropes and they take some shit and leave. They haven't hurt anyone yet. It's fine.
We just don't care. We just make
Wait,
more.
like, is there anything stopping me from just blowing shit up in the Federation?
Yeah,
Like,
They
I'm
don't
a
like
Federation dude.
yeah.
I'm just blowing shit up. It's post scarcity. We can just make more.
We can just make more people too.
Look,
That
Yeah, I'm
doesn't
just gonna-
exist.
it doesn't make a lot of logical sense, okay? Like, a lot of the things that happen in Star Trek, they don't make any sense. They shouldn't
But
care
How do
so much.
pickup artists work in Star Trek?
Yeah.
Well,
They have, well, everybody's
Pickup artists.
evolved.
one, you be Worf.
Everybody's evolved
Worf.
to a higher, like, level of understanding of, there's no interpersonal conflict. So, you know,
What show have I been watching?
well, that's the point. There's supposed to be no interpersonal conflict in Star Trek.
The fuck? What the fuck was the show gonna be about?
Space travel. And finding new civilizations and some of the episodes that don't have any interpersonal conflict are some of the best ones.
Well, they have interpersonal conflict with other races and species when they
Yeah,
go to
why are they at
planets.
war if they're all post scarcity?
They're not at war. They're not supposed to be. Like, look,
They're always at war with like the Cardassians or the Romulans or the
To be fair,
Ferengis or
they
the-
wouldn't be
whatever the
at
fuck
war
DS9.
with
work
that.
They
is.
fucked everything up in DS9. Now, DS9's a great show. It's
No, in
good
the
to
original
watch.
series, they were at war with the Klingons.
No,
In the Next Generation, they
Oh,
were definitely
no,
recently
original
post
series-
war with the Klingons.
original series is not 100% post scarcity. TNG
Oh,
is
okay.
post scarcity.
Okay, well then I don't know anything. But TNG, they were at war with the Klingons. They were at war
Yeah.
with the Cardassians.
Nope.
They captured and tortured Picard.
They weren't at war.
They did a lot of wars.
They were not at war.
Right, they were police actions. I apologize.
Oh,
They were not at war.
They-
No, they weren't at war
they
with
were-
the Cardassians. There was a peace. There was a treaty. They were not at war with the Klingons. The Klingons had been allies with the Federation for quite some time. TNG era. Yeah, I know my Star Trek. I've watched.
you do.
I've watched
But,
all of it
like,
many
they've
times.
Definitely been to war in the Next Generation.
Nope. Closest thing
So-
to war in TNG is the Borg.
I mean,
Okay.
also, yes. So I have a question that's gonna sound stupid, but on a purely militaristic level, are they more advanced than Star Wars? I don't think so.
Star Trek versus Star Wars, who wins?
It's
Yeah,
a
I think Star
completely
Wars
different.
wins.
It's a completely different
They
system.
can blow up a planet.
So can
Like-
so can Star Trek stuff.
Not that easily.
Yeah.
Does
The Federation has
Star
plans for
Trek
that
have
kind of
the equivalent of fighter ships?
stuff. No need.
Like they have runabouts,
They don't need that.
but no like fighters.
Yeah, they don't really need those.
Well,
What
we
they
don't
have
need
s-
those.
they have
What's the
small
point?
fighters
What's the point of a small fighter?
being agile.
Stop other small fighters from attacking your large ships.
No,
Yeah.
the large ships can fire in any direction.
They can. To be fair,
They
it is
can.
bullshit.
They can fire in any direction. It's there's no reason to have a small fighter. Small fighter's a bad idea. They won't have enough power to keep their shields up. It just
What did Worf?
phasers.
Hold on.
Phasers are just like
actually-
pop, 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 pop.
Side question: Star Wars doesn't have shields, does it?
Nope,
Yes, it does.
No shields.
no shields.
Who has
The
the
shields
shields?
are-
No shields.
They don't have shields.
No.
They would lose instantly
We did.
to enemies with shields.
Hoth had shields. Hoth had
Hoth had
shields.
shields.
Shield
You're right,
technology
they-
exists, and they
but
will
it
definitely
requires,
brought
like,
down shields multiple
Planetary
times.
generators.
I don't know.
There-
This is a
there
dumb
was a-
conversation for dumb.
There were
dumb
planetary
nerds.
generators. They were localized
Wait, are you
generators.
saying
I
we
believe-
shouldn't be having dumb conversations? Isn't that like 80% of what we do?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Let's do the other 20% then. Jeez.
Yeah, geez. do I have any
Alvin,
smart
what did
ideas
you
on this?
learn? No. So no, they
Um,
totally have shield technology. It's just less used. They also have force. The force.
They do have the force, but only very few of them. And I've never seen anybody take down like a capital ship with the force.
Only in
I
video
believe
games.
s-
In video games.
Is it canon? Is that
I
canon?
didn't play that.
Not anymore. Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck me. Never mind that. They have lightsabers. Lightsaber technology is crazy.
And antiquated bullshit made by crazy people who adhere to a dead religion.
Not a dead religion.
Lightsabers
Well,
suck unless you
yeah,
have the
what do you-
Force.
I would like to
unless
point
you're
out-
a Jedi who can precognizantly block blaster bolts with your lightsaber, you're not using a lightsaber. for
Imagine
anything.
how much better a Jedi would be if they only used a blaster.
Yeah, what the fuck
Um,
was with that? I don't.
You
think
could shoot
that's-
out other blasters out of the air with it. You know?
Ooh, I'm absolutely certain somebody in the extended universe did this, right?
Sure, why not?
God, the extended universe was like the Wild West, but cool, and
Yeah.
then got killed by some terrible movies. So kind of like the Wild West, but cool. I had a question. Oh yeah, do the transporter beams? This is a Star Trek episode now.
Yeah, okay.
Do the transporter beams require you to have something on you? They can just transport anything they want, right?
Yeah,
How come that's not like the weapon?
because
Yeah.
you can't transport through shields.
Oh right, fuck.
Right.
That's
But-
very well established. I should have
Yeah.
that one's on me.
Unless you feel like it. Unless it's really good for the episode, then transport them.
Right, you can modulate your transporter phase.
Sure.
Yes.
You know, just once in a while, you just transport onto a ship that's traveling by a warp speed. Easy peasy.
Yeah.
They did that in one of the new movies. I see you
I
looking
remember
confused.
it. I think I remember it. Wasn't it Spock who did it or something?
Scotty.
I think it was the Scotty of that universe.
Oh,
I'm
it
not
was the
really
Scotty of
sure.
that universe. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Spock was found there as well, or something.
Yeah, I don't
No.
remember. They were okay, but not good.
They were
I have-
better than the originals, maybe.
I have my opinions about this
Blasphemy.
next question.
I dislike.
but I would like-
dislike Shatner.
But
as
I
a
would
human.
I would like to hear your comments. If you get put into a Star Trek teleporter, do you die? New person
Yes.
come out,
Yep,
and why?
because it's
So-
it's different molecules, different atoms. It's different me. I'm dead. That one exists. They're functionally identical, but I'm dead, and that one's alive, and I don't give a shit.
Putting aside the philosophy of teleportation, canonically, teleporter clones exist.
Yep, and the first opportunity, I'd make as many of them as me as I could.
Yeah,
My question is, why don't they just back up everybody's teleporter signature every couple of weeks?
Because they love it when people die. They're fucking evil.
Yeah,
Fucking monsters. Monstrous utopia.
they might also be terrible at data storage.
They actually might be.
well, that's not. I don't think so. Like the fact that they have a thing called a transporter buffer is it means that they can easily store in a transporter buffer an entire person.
That's a lot of data.
Sometimes
A
several
lot of
people.
data, sometimes several. That's true. And Scotty was stored in a transporter buffer for 100 years or so.
I remember this episode of The Next Generation.
So that's a huge amount of data that you could store in a spot for just ridiculous amounts of time.
God, imagine taking a human life and putting it in RAM.
Yeah.
That's
What?
the idea, yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm telling you, this society is just flippant with people's lives.
Yeah,
Just
they don't care.
reckless. Yeah.
No, there's in order for Star Trek to work, like to make sense, there's some hidden background things that are really messed up. Absolutely. They have multiple times had the cure for aging.
Multiple times.
Multiple times have found the cure for aging, often through the transporter system, because
Obviously.
do you remember the episode where like Picard and a bunch of other ones got in a transporter accident and they beamed them over younger?
I guess babies?
Yeah, as
Is that a
young
real memory
adults.
that I have?
Not as babies, but like tiny kids, you know?
Okay, sure.
I vaguely feel like I remember this. So I'm gonna just state that the transporter technology is fucking magic
It is, absolutely.
and absolute bullshit, and definitely fixes aging. Like, I didn't need that episode to tell me that that would fix aging.
It should make everybody functionally immortal.
Also,
Absolutely.
didn't they occasionally like remove things from people
Yeah,
in the teleporter beam?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Like,
And to add
like
things,
That's a
which is
part-
sometimes a huge problem.
That's a part of why it's okay to beam down to planets and hang out down there and then come back without getting through some sort of like bioscan, is because they filter out any contaminants from the system.
Right, there are filters. I remember that. Jeez.
So
In
They
this
are
episode,
definitely
we wa-
not using their transporters to maximum effect.
right, so here's the thing. Since they are doing that, and that since that is the case, there are some background realities to the Star Trek universe that are, again, really messed up. Like they want people to get old and die.
They believe it's morally superior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, they may have a point.
Yeah, if people didn't get old and die, they'd never fucking die, and then
I'm
there'd
not-
be overcrowding, and we couldn't go out. We'd have to go out and populate all these other
Overcrowding
might
in an
be-
infinite amount of space? That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
We can
and
turn
we can't just
energy.
build more space stations with our infinite amounts of energy and
can.
matter that we create out of thin air.
You can see, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Energy can be turned into matter, and they have antimatter like things that create a ridiculous amount of energy. They're like breaking the whole universe.
Well, they are also breaking the universe, aren't there? Wasn't there some problem like the warp drive was causing like tears in reality?
Yes.
Yeah.
Was this
Yeah,
was this like global warming
Federation
but in
is-
space?
It's
Yes.
a harmful organization and should be stopped.
I was-
That's why there are pirates.
Out of curiosity, the whole tearing holes in space, because I didn't see that episode.
Okay.
I think it was several. Like a whole season, they were
Well-
like dealing with you can't go fast because it tears holes in reality.
Yeah.
Well,
Warp levels down.
what did they do to fix it? Did they
They-
start going fast again?
They changed the
Right.
entire warp scale.
You can't say warp scale like I know what the fuck's going on and then
Okay.
stop. Like,
I
that's
did
just
though, I
not
did.
fair. Don't eat cereal at me aggressively. I'm watching you.
they made up some science fiction bullshit to be like, okay, now we're just gonna pretend like this isn't a massive obstacle and we can just go places still.
What was in the hole?
Nothing.
Nothing. It was real scary. I remember
That's a-
being like scared in those episodes.
Because there's a weaponizable fucking thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we're just gonna warp at warp speed through enemy territory.
Just warp and constantly turn left until or make a warp missile that just circles around a planet.
Oh geez.
So, God, all right. Well, this has been the episode of Star Trek. Calvin knows all the facts, and we watch Eric like slowly remember them.
Oh yeah. I've watched a terrifying amount of Star Trek for not remembering any of it.
I've watched a lot of it on like the other monitor while I was doing something, and so I sure do remember some of that.
Yeah, I go through
Oh,
phases
God.
where I binge all of it from beginning to end.
It's so many hours.
It's a lot.
So much Star Trek.
Yeah.
Especially
Like-
if you include like the new Voyager and
No one
another
includes
thing, or there's like, oh my god, so much Star Trek.
There
No one
is.
includes. If you just include like TNG, they're like
There's a lot of TNG.
24, 30 hours in a season, and there's a lot of seasons, and it's just so much.
I
And it's
watch-
so the same.
I watch Enterprise, original series, TNG, DS9, Voyager, and the movies.
Was there a
in the-
new Star Trek too? Where
Yeah.
they're like using tardigrades or something? Or is that
Yeah.
a completely different sci-fi series
No,
that I've completely no, okay.
Is completely supposed to be the same thing, and it kind of sucks.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you know what doesn't suck though? Lower Decks. If you guys get a chance to see Lower
Decks
Decks,
is real good.
it's amazingly awesome. It's hilarious. They reference like tons of other TNG stuff and POS stuff. All the things that are like nonsense. But even if you don't get the references, it's just fun to watch. Very good.
Huh.
This
awesome.
has been a paid advertisement from Star Trek.
Yeah. Fair amount.
Isn't that on Amazon Prime?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm just asking. Because if it is, your daily reminder that like I think Amazon doesn't pay any money in taxes. So why should you?
Wait a minute. Yeah.
Very weird. This turned into the Star Trek episode. I don't know
That's
how
all
that
right.
happened.
I feel like we've been going for a little while.
We have.
Perhaps we should answer any questions about Star Trek someone else has.
Wait, well let's end the episode.
No.
And then do a Star Trek Q&A because we are Star Trek experts.
No, I meant us. I meant us. We're not.
Oh.
No. All right. What did you learn, Calvin?
I really like. I didn't like. Nothing.
Yep. No, normal. I learned that. Utopian societies are all evil and therefore dystopian, and utopia is a fantasy that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Because you can't have everyone be happy. It just doesn't work. Society is built on blood.
And pain and suffering.
Yeah.
Yeah. I learned that if you want to be a real man, you should come to my house and fix the brakes on my car.
Oh, we should make a Patreon tier. Like $400, you get to come to my house and fix the brakes on my car.
Yes. That needs to happen.
Oh, that would be fantastic. We couple of things before we figure out a title for this episode. I just wanted to give a shout out. We do have a new Patreon tier. It's a little lower. We've been asked to become cheaper for people to support because no one wanted to support us at the non-cheap level. So here's a cheap option for you cheapskates. We make this podcast entirely with our own money. This is funded out of our pockets, and
it doesn't cost
I
us
tell you,
anything.
It's a struggle. We've lost
Jeff
a lot of
Bezos,
money.
please fund us.
Or really anyone. Really, I don't give a shit who you are. You can afford it. You can afford it pretty well. Look at me, living in this place.
You have a home with a roof? How dare you?
Oh, that's
demand
fair,
people pay you for your podcast.
Don't make me feel bad on
I've
the podcast.
been over
you profit
there.
from this too.
I've been over there just recently. It is a very nice home that you are now living in.
Thank you.
Can't get away with that crap.
I just like that my dirty laundry. Well, actually, that's clean laundry. Is it in the shot? So it doesn't look bad. Anyhow, we do have that Patreon thing. 100% of the proceeds from that Patreon will go towards buying Calvin a microphone.
No.
Well, he has a microphone.
I have lots of mics.
Oh, it'll go towards something smart and good and efficient.
Towards our ultimate goal of destroying all money.
It'll go into our pockets.
That's at least what the Patreon page says.
Oh, really?
Add to the fire.
Huh.
Is that a crime? Is that conspiracy to commit a crime?
No, we're not technically going to burn it. We're just going to destroy it.
Destruction is like they're not saying burning money is the crime. It's destruction of money and defacement.
Oh, no, not the individual money. The concept of money.
Oh, that's much more difficult and
like in
harder.
Star Trek.
Like in Star Trek.
Yeah.
Amazing. It was nice. That came full circle. I feel real good about that.
So I think we should call this one
comedians.
Star Tank.
Star Tank? No.
Star Thunk?
How about John Wick 4 is secretly set in the Star Trek universe?
Proof the John Wick universe is the Star Trek universe. Proof that the Blade Runner universe is the Star Trek universe.
No,
it's so clearly not.
There isn't even a Blade Runner movie coming out. How would that be clickbait?
Oh, it wouldn't, but it is funny
Yeah.
because one has androids and one has Android, and it's a big deal.
Something about it is Star Trek secretly a dystopia?
Oh,
Ooh,
that's
Star
legit.
Trek is secretly a dystopia.
Yeah.
Is a great headline.
Yeah, let's just do that. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
God, that's not even clickbait. That's just like a
That's
That's just what
legitimate.
we talked about for the
about.
last hour.
Yeah. Amazing.
Oh,
Well, with that,
Well,
here goes
as
the
always,
outro.
yeah, well, as always, guys, I want to thank you for sticking with us. Sometimes we're a little slow to get rolling. Sometimes we're a little fast on the draw. But what really is important is you, our patrons.
and the
And
puppies
that's
on the
all
end
of you.
credits.
And thank you.